So, Oliver Reynolds, we're actually a minute early, mate. We always do this when we jump on live, like together. We're always a minute early. Normally, I'm like, boom, bang on 9 o'clock. It is literally 5 seconds to 9. Good evening, everybody. It is time for another Acts on This TV live video broadcast. It's Monday night, start of a brand new week. Here again with Ollie. Me and Ollie did a live on Saturday that we kind of had to rush a little bit. He's a busy guy. He had to leg it after like 20 minutes or so, Ollie. But Ollie did join us at the Acts on This TV Manchester meetup this Saturday as well. Gave out an awful lot of great social media advice for actors. And for those who would join us for the first time, Ollie, and as people are jumping on and giving us comments, people might not have clapped eyes on you. There's quite a few people here who will know you. Stevie Wayne's in the house. Inez is here. Caitlin Maxwell's in the house. But yeah, just tell people a little bit about you, Ollie, and then we'll tell them what we're doing in how many days' time is it? Like 20... It's less than 20 days, less than 3 weeks. So, yeah, give people the lowdown.
Cool. So, yeah, my name is Ollie Reynolds. I am a social media agency owner, which basically means that businesses trust me to run their social media accounts, building their brand and helping them get more clients. And I'm also an actor. So, basically what that means is I can build a brand. And we're going to kind of teach you today and show you today how to build a brand around you, the brand as an actor. And
I think people get, just going to say, just jump in there. Sorry to interrupt you, Ollie. People, actors get a little bit like twisted with the word brand. Like, what is this? Am I some sort of like, like Love Island star or something like that? Don't get confused with the word brand, right? Ultimately, it's just your reputation. That's all that actually means in terms of like what people think of you in the industry when, what people say of you when you're not in the room with them. It's people's opinions of you, whether they're casting directors, other actors, writers, whatever. Sorry, Ollie, crack on.
Yeah, so basically, I like to just think I just know a lot of cool stuff. You're welcome, Dawn. Yeah, I know. It'll help if I finish that sentence because it's really random. I know a lot of cool stuff about social media. So, I see a lot of people, a lot of actors do a lot of stuff like on social media, but they've seen it from other people and they're basically copying it, but it's basically a really watered down version of what should be done because the original post they saw was probably copied from another person. So today we're going to kind of talk about some cool stuff in terms of just making your stuff look a little bit better. It's a bit of a cheat as well, which is really useful because it saves on time and creative and stuff like that. So that's going to be cool to teach you today. But most importantly is that what we want to do is take away the overwhelm. It doesn't matter how much you know about social media, it still can become overwhelming because there's a lot to do. So we want to teach you as much as we can to cut that.
Absolutely. I will say hello to people who are joining. I'm going to give people just another sort of like minute or so to join before we start getting stuck into real content so people don't miss out. But Inez is here. Caitlin Maxwell's in the house. Good to see you working on the script, Caitlin. Steve Gidwaney says, evening, people. James Jimbo Bartlett in the house. Brendan O'Connor, Shannon Presley, Angie Johnson, Melissa. Morris is here. Dawn, Rihanna. Angie and 6 other people joined. Doesn't tell me their names. All right, Dawn. Gary Thomas, Keith Dickinson. Julie's here. Anna's here. Wendy's here. Full bloody house. Josie's here as well. So we're also going to be taking, we've got Ollie for about half an hour, then I'm going to stay on for a little bit, guys. We're also going to be talking about the event that me and Ollie are putting on for this community later on this month. Yeah, it's 3 weeks away. Something we're calling the Acts on This TV Social Media Deep Dive Live. It's a 16-hour. It's split into 3, so don't worry about it. It's a 16-hour training, basically, the most in-depth training I think that there is out there for actors when it comes to social media, building a brand, getting attention online for all the right reasons. It's going to open opportunity, hopefully lead to more castings, and ultimately help you book more work. It's going to be held on 3 dates later this month. We'll go through that once we've given some content away, but yeah, it's going to be on the 20th, the 23rd, and 28th of this month. 23rd of this month is like the full day intensive part of that program. It's a 10-hour in-person event with me and Ollie. And everybody else on the program. There's only 20 seats available right now. We sold 14 tickets. There's 6 tickets left. If you want to read up more whilst we're going through this, go to atsonthis.tv/social. It's atsonthis.tv/social. But yeah, if you really want to get a grip of social media, get involved with that. We're going to be giving away an incredible amount of information on that. But in terms of where you want to start tonight, Ollie, again, we're going to take Q&As. Gary says he's got his ticket. Nice one, Gary. Sam's just joined as well. Sam's got a ticket. Bess is in the house. What do you want to start with, Ollie, just in terms of any general stuff, or do we want to dive straight into creating content, or what do you reckon?
I think let's start with some kind of creative side of thing, and then we'll let the questions flow. So, guys, you've got me until 9:30, and then I've got to go. And because I start my days at 6 a.m., so I'm really tired, and I have to guard my sleep patterns. Otherwise, I turn into a beast.
Whatever. It's just not dedicated. That's what it is. I start my day at 6:30, guys, but I'm here for you. If I wake up tomorrow morning and I feel like death, I'll do it for you. Right. So content then, in terms of, it's something me and Ollie have been talking quite a lot about, how we can teach you guys to begin creating content for things like Instagram, Twitter posts, maybe Facebook as well. Stuff that looks better than what a lot of people are putting out there. And we want to help you do it without really having any sort of like intense kind of skill with Photoshop or anything like that, that can take a long time to create graphics and stuff like that. I did a tutorial about 2 years ago, Ollie, on this piece of software we're going to revisit again tonight. It's called Canva. And what it enables you to do, guys, I did a tutorial 2 years ago to help everyone in the community create custom thumbnails for their show reels. Because what happens is when someone uploads a show reel to a service like Vimeo or YouTube or something like that, it will very often randomly pick a frame of that video as their thumbnail image, so the still image that people click on before the video plays. And what I was finding, Ollie, is with a lot of people's show reels, is YouTube would be picking a scene, that actually sometimes it didn't even have them in it. So say, for instance, me and you are doing a duologue, and then it cuts to you. YouTube chooses your head as the thumbnail, and underneath says Ross Grant show reel, and it's your head. I'm like, and I was looking, and this happened regularly. I was like, no, people need to start using obviously their headshot as their thumbnail with their name. And people are like, well, I can't use Photoshop, I don't know how to do it. So Canva.com, I'm going to start sharing my screen in a second, is a brilliant tool that we'll just sort of go through briefly with you guys and give you a couple of ideas of what you can create with it, and how quickly you can create something. Maybe I'll create something like on the fly tonight. That'll be pressure, won't it? Right, let me pull up Canva.
So while Ross is doing this, let me give you some context of when to use Canva and what we're going to show you today. So basically, we're going to talk in context of stories. So you can use this for Facebook stories, which isn't really that popular. It still gets views, but it isn't that popular. Or Instagram. So with Instagram
stories is mega popular.
Instagram stories are getting a huge amount of traffic, and when we say traffic, just means people viewing that part of the Instagram. Now, if you're doing Instagram stories, you're actually going to get more people viewing your Instagram stories than your actual posts now. So you've got to be doing Instagram stories. Now, let's give you some context. How we want you to do Instagram stories. We want you to share. It's almost like doing a minimum of 5 to 10 stories every single day is really the golden place. If you do 3, you're still going to be fine. But people like to see a little bit more in-depth side of things. Now, if you're not acting every day, if you're not doing scene rehearsals, if you're not doing actual, script reading, you're not doing any shoots, or you're just doing nothing, there is still things that you can do. So let me give you some examples. As I always think in terms of, as an actor, I'm an athlete, right? So I'm always doing something to do with my role or with my acting. So that whether it be working on my body voice, so I'm training, or I'm doing diaphragm breathing, or I'm doing, preparing scripts, I'm writing a script, I'm in the actual gym doing a workout, I'm eating healthy food, I'm seeing friends in the acting space. So there's so many different things that you can do that you can create stories. But when there are gaps, and when there are things that you genuinely do not know what to do, what we're going to show you right now is the hidden thing that just saves a bit of time, but does the most magic and important ingredient, which is what we call engagement. So engagement inside your stories and getting people engaging with your stories means that you rank higher in stories. Long story short, you really want that, basically. It means that you are the first person that when someone opens Instagram, so I'm going to Instagram now, and the people, they're probably going to be my clients that I watch first. So we've got Henry Cavill, and we've got F45 Birmingham in my first row of stories.
Why am I not in your first row of stories, Ollie? Why aren't you watching me enough? Do you know what? I'll tell you why. Because I'm not putting enough stories out.
Exactly.
That's exactly it. This is what's so good about this, guys. I ain't professing to be, I've built acts on this around social media. Ollie, though, has helped me make 8 years worth of growth in the last 8 weeks, which has been absolutely insane. This is stuff that, although I feel I've done well with it, I know equally I need to be doing more. I don't think like any of us can ultimately kind of do enough of this. And it's not about, just spending all day, every day on your phone. But if you want, to really, develop a brand, or, enhance your reputation online, I do think Instagram Stories is an incredible place to do it. It really is. It's something that I've been very successful with, and we have, Ollie, when we've been doing advertising for Acts on This, we do advertising within Instagram Stories. It brings roughly 2,000 actors a month in terms of capturing their email addresses, for marketing and stuff into my business. It brings 2,000 people every single month, and that's that's just through one video. That's not me posting 15 times a day. So it's super, super powerful. You'll find when you post a story, or I do, Ollie, when I post a story, I might end up, if I post something on my wall, it might get 100 likes or something like that. If I post a story, 350 people can watch it. So it's like much more, the engagement is much higher. People have a much greater chance of seeing it. So should I share Canva then?
Yeah. So just for clarification, Gary, no, Superman is not my client.
Henry Cavill.
Henry Cavill is not my client.
You need to be a client, because then we can all.
Can we get rid of us and make sure this is full screen or anything?
Yeah, mate. This is full screen now. Yeah, absolutely. People should just be seeing Canva now.
Wicked.
That's all they should be seeing. And I want to say, like, everyone else has joined. So many people have joined. We've got over 50 people on the live right now. But yeah, they should just be seeing Canva. I'm going to go over to Canva. And maybe you can talk me through what you actually want us to show people. I think in my Canva account there's some of my old stuff actually that I've created. Yeah, there is. You can see down here. So yeah, guys, here's some stuff that I used to do. If you can see these, Ollie, these are Instagram quotes with pictures. Pictures of me with quotes laid over the top of them. I think that blue one there, where it says you're better off going for it and losing than never trying at all. That was a banner, I think, for Facebook for a bit. There's an Instagram story version of that as well. I need to get back into using Canva. This is something that I started using Photoshop a lot more, but Canva's really, really cool.
Wait until I show you what you're going to see today. It's incredible. So, context is, this is really good for those gaps. I would do one of these a day though, when you've got nothing to post. So if you go to I think it's, because I'm having to zoom in, I'm going to have a look at mine. Create a design. If you click on that.
Yep, just clicked on that.
Yep, and then in the social media section, it's the second one along. It's an Instagram story. Just click on that one.
Boom, clicking on this one.
Now what Canva wants to do is make your job as a creative super easy, right? So it's actually giving you templates of designs that you can do. So if you scroll down, you'll see Instagram story highlight cover. We ignore that. Clean minimalist Instagram story. That's pretty cool. Dark margin. You got natural scrapbook, snapshots Instagram story. You've got, so if you keep scrolling down, I don't know if are you scrolling down, because I can't see.
I'm scrolling, mate. Yeah, I'm scrolling quite a pace. I don't know if I'm keeping up with you. But.
No, that's fine. So basically, let's just pick I don't know. Let's pick sports Instagram story. Have you got to that one?
I think I've just gone past it. Sports Instagram story. Yeah. So which one? I've got 3, or I can click on all and it'll show us all, I guess.
Just click that first one. It'll be fine. So if you click that first one, like boom, straight away.
So this is good, I guess, for your gym guys, isn't it? Let's make this acting related though. Yeah, this will be cool.
Yeah. So we all need to stay in shape as actors, right? So this is, I know I'm coming from a fitness background, and this is just, we'll pick another one later, but if you've done a workout, all you would do is go, right, my workout challenge, or my workout today was.
Well, I was just thinking this is perfect for Petch, because Petch is a superhero in training. He wants to be Marvel, doesn't he? So he could just write here, my
superhero workout.
I can't even spell. I was going to write like Marvel workout or something. My Narvel. What's Narvel? My Marvel workout. Today I did.
And then all he would have to do is change what he's done.
20 cakes.
Oh, God.
Oh, and you can move all of this around.
Yeah, you can move it around, take it out. But ultimately, guys, look how easy and look how good that looks. With literally a couple of clicks of the button, a couple of like literally typing in a few words, like.
So I've done 20 cakes, 30 coffees, 3 naps. And then I got serious. I did 10 dumbbell lifts, 15-second plank, and 30 jumping jacks.
The worrying thing is I don't even know what 10 dumbbell lifts are.
No, I mean, that's not a real exercise, is it?
Yeah, it's not. It could mean anything, literally.
So all you would do, guys, is once you've designed this, I mean, this is something that, you know what, is like, this is just a really simple piece of content. You just click that, literally download in the top right-hand corner here, and it'll say, right, we suggest there's a PNG file. You don't worry about getting like technical. A PNG file or something called a JPEG is perfectly, it's perfectly fine. You can see there, JPEG, PDF if you want. You don't need to do that. And then you literally just download that onto your computer, and then you would just whack that on, onto Instagram.
Email it to yourself. You can Facebook it yourself.
There's a Canva app. So once you've saved it, even, if you just saved this, you didn't download it on your computer. If you like, actually just want to get it on my phone, just save it on your desktop. So it's actually set. I don't mean actually on your desktop. Save it within this version of Canva you would use on your desktop. Then go into the app on your phone and just download it on your phone.
Nice.
It will be in there under your saved items. That's what I used to do. So you don't need to worry. I mean, you can always. What I used to do as well, and this is something that you don't have to do if you don't want to get too technical, is I would create all of my content within here, and I'd have lots of posts I could use again and again. I'd recycle them like every couple of months, and I'd just leave them in a Dropbox folder that was synced to my computer and my phone, so I could just go. I could still do that today.
Probably too technical, mate.
Yeah, but we won't. Don't worry about that for you people who aren't technical. Just get it on Canva. Totally done.
Let's show you another one. So let me scroll in so I can see a little bit more on what you're. If you scroll all the way down where it's maybe show.
Get one where I can put a picture of myself in.
Show all designs. So there you go. All results. So these are the ones that I really like. Hang on, can't really see. Let me close that comments down. So what I want is one that's like kind of templated, that it's like where we can put something in. We can put a picture in, don't we? So the ones I like to increase engagement is like the Ask Me Anything. So can you find an Ask Me Anything one?
Can I search for that in the?
Yeah. Drop it.
I can just go Ask Me Anything.
There you
go. Right. Okay. Just go with this one.
Yep. So boom.
Still got my Marvel workout in it.
Yeah. Still got his stuff in there. So that would just put Ask Me Anything. So again, remember, social media only ranks you based on engagement, because all it is a computer, it's a system, right? So unfortunately for us is that we have to create engagement. So views do count as an engagement. So if we're getting lots of views, obviously we're going to rank really well in social media. But more importantly, we want people to start commenting and asking us stuff. So when you use something like this on your stories, you're going to place the question sticker over that comment there, over where it says place sticker here. And we'll show you that on the daily deep dive and what that means and how to do it. And then that's it. And then people will start talking to you via your stories. And this is really, really key. So if you've recently done something in, say, for instance, one of the lovely ladies on the meetup on Saturday is doing Alison. Is it Alison?
Alison George doing Emmerdale on Friday.
In Emmerdale on 7 o'clock on Friday. So for instance, just like Ask Me Anything about Emmerdale. And then it creates engagement. It could be Ask Me Anything about how I prepared for the role, like what it was like working with this person, so it has to be relevant. It can't be just Ask Me Anything, because otherwise you're going to get lots of random stuff. But yeah, essentially that's what I would use this for.
Just move that out. I'm just showing how easy it is to literally just move stuff around, guys. It's so simple. How do you change the background image? Let's have a look. Just so
if you click on the background,
yep,
and then you can delete.
That's gone.
There you go. And then if you want to put a new one in, you just go to your
literally just drag it in.
Yep.
Well, I'm going to just try this out, guys. I've not used Canva in quite a while, so let me just find, like, I must have a narcissistic photograph of myself. I'm sure.
I know the one you already picked, mate.
Which one are you thinking? The one where I'm smiling on the stool? It's a new one that I've had done recently.
Is that the one you were thinking again?
Tony Blake was. It's just because it's in that thingy, that format. So yeah, so I would just drag this out.
I don't know if that's done it.
Yeah, it will, absolutely. And that, but then I need to move that to the back.
Yeah.
So is there a move? Is there like move back position backwards to back?
There you
Okay,
go.
well, you wouldn't have that over your face, but yeah. God, that's cheesy as hell. That's so ridiculously cheesy. But yeah, I'm going to get rid of that because I don't want that. But yeah, you could have that there.
Yeah.
We'll get rid of our coffees and our
But
cupcakes.
the idea is that even if you didn't want to put your own image in there, like you can do that. So people are probably going to be following you mainly for your, for you, and they're going to know it's you. So you don't need to really massively brand it up. It's great that you can. But if you want to do that option, you can. Of course you can, but you don't have to.
Yeah, it's no, it's pretty straightforward, and it's just great. So if you're just looking for a piece of quality content that you can literally knock up in. If I hadn't put my own photo in there, I mean, even with my own photo, it took about a minute.
Yeah.
But even without that, it's so simple.
This is specifically what I'm going to be doing. Like massive, like when this, like so probably give it another 2 months. I've still got a load of photo shoots to come. Once I've banked all my photo shoots done, ready to go, doing all the things that I do really, really well. So it will be like acting classes, and then it will be, as in I don't teach them. It will be I'm an acting class. I'm doing some script reading. I'm literally going to have a photographer like follow me around for about 2 weeks, and we've got to bank all those. Once I've got that content, this is exactly what we're going to be doing.
Great thing is, guys, right? And it's not, like I say, the last thing we're doing on this workshop that we're doing, this deep dive is basically, we're not trying to create social media influencers or Love Island stars or something like that. But in terms of photography, high quality photography, the stuff you can do on an iPhone 10 now in portrait mode with real shallow depth of field, where basically you're in focus and the background is really out of focus, you can create some stunning looking shots done on your phone. And if you're in a nice environment like Media City, where we're going to be holding the deep dive, we will send people out to just get some shots. Within 5 minutes, you can get 15 shots of just various things around, and you in various places. And then you can just bank those, like Ollie said. So on days where you don't have loads to post, if you want to create a post like this and just have one of those photos underneath it, it's going to be stuff that people haven't seen before. Rihanna says, "Look at those guns." I'll just put that on the screen for you there. Check out those guns, Ross. Excellent. Right, I'll take that off. So that's one thing you can do with Canva. Other things are, I mean, God, there's just so much, mate, isn't there? Anything else that you want to show people, or because you've got to go in 8 minutes, should we do some Q&A?
Let's just ask questions, and hopefully they can convince me to stay a bit longer.
Okay, fingers crossed. Yeah, give Ollie any questions you want. It doesn't have to be particularly about this. Who's using Instagram? Who's using Instagram stories as engagement? Who's posting enough? I know I am not posting enough. I'm going to start posting a lot more. And I'll tell you, do you know what, Ollie? I'll tell you why. And this is probably something you come across with a lot of clients. I'll tell you why I've not been posting enough, because I'm just going to be dead vulnerable and honest with people. I have tried to, what I started doing when I first started using Instagram for your wall, your Instagram wall, not stories. I'm just going to take that down off the screen for now so that we're back on. What I did is I wanted to create it, make it look nice and neat. So I would go video, photo, video, photo, video, photo, and then I find a day where I've got no video. I can't post today, so I've got another video. That's held me up massively. When you look at the people on social media who are doing great, because so few people take in someone's profile at once. You're seeing posts, guys, from people on Instagram individually on your feed. You're very rarely going to someone's profile and seeing them all at once. And I know that's crippled me in the past. I'm going, I've got nothing to post today. God, what can I do? And it's about not being perfectionist on your feed, I guess, and just going, look, I'm just going to post, give value.
Yeah, and the thing is, the truth of the matter is feed is important, and we'll be talking about that in terms of what your, your, I don't want to say brand too much, but what your look is and what you're going to be doing, but it's really not the number one thing. So again, I just point back to, and we will always point back to who is our niche, essentially. Like, so what niche are you in? What are you doing? Are you doing drama? Are you doing, dark comedy? What are you doing? And does that fit the profile? So that's the first and most important thing for me. And then basically look at other actors and see what they're doing. So the number one acting account to follow is The Rock.
He's the number one account in the world.
Yeah, he's the number one account in terms of actors. Like, you just got to look. So does The Rock only do video? It doesn't rank. So how the ranking is worked now is that it's all about based on engagement ranking. So you know, his latest post might not be seen by anyone because it's the newest post, so it would not rank until another 2 or 3 days. So it's just not going to work. So go to their accounts, go to The Rock's account, go to Henry Cavill's account, right, and see what they're posting, see the type of posts that they're doing to getting the engagement. If that, you know, if that's similar to you, so so Ross, you work out, you know, you're pretty hench, you look good. So make sure you're
Thanks,
doing
Ollie.
at least
Never been described as hench.
So make sure you're doing one workout post like every week, at least one. You know, don't saturate it, because otherwise it gets boring. It doesn't become valuable. It's very rare. But I guarantee it, if you did, because you've never done a workout post, you've never done a picture of you in the gym for some strange reason.
Yeah, I don't really do it a lot.
Yeah.
I see people doing it every day, and that is too much. But maybe once a week, I could do something like that. Rachel's just texted me and said that can't be coffee you're drinking. Yes, it is, Rach. I am having a coffee at 9:25.
He's a savage.
Absolute savage.
Yeah.
But yeah, and I know. Yeah, you know, definitely that's something that you do see a lot of the top guys posting, and it's stuff. But you know what? It's not posting for you know, an egotistical thing. A lot of them will post workouts to inspire other people to work out. So they will actually give factual information in there, like that post we just saw today. My workout was this, 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 and this.
Yeah.
To hopefully inspire other people to go, oh, okay, I'm going to try that. There's The Rock. He's in good shape, and his workout was just these 5 things.
That's the whole thing, is people want to know what you're doing. And again, make it relevant. As long as it's relevant, it has purpose to be on there. So again, you're not posting for other actors. I cannot stress that enough. You need to remove that from your brain. That is one of the universal truths that we're going to be dropping on this this day.
You keep calling it a weekend. It's a day. It's a Friday.
It's a Friday. This daily deep dive on a Friday. The brutal fact is that is not our audience. We're not trying to create this content for any actors whatsoever. So
this is what we discover, guys. Sorry for I've got a terrible habit of just butting in, Ollie, but I just want to reinforce your points. This is what me and Ollie have discussed so much, and this is where I was going wrong, and lots of other people in this industry are going wrong. We were saying, you know, so many people end up just creating a piece of content that's, you know, them doing a monologue or a showreel scene. Where do they post it? Oh, they go and post it in 5 Facebook groups that are just full of actors.
Yeah.
Actors aren't your audience. It's nice to collaborate with them. It's nice to show them your work. They're not your audience. If your goal is, like Petch, to be in a Marvel film and you're creating a scene where you are playing a Marvel-esque character, don't go and post it in a Facebook group. Don't post it in That's on This, the Facebook group, if you want some feedback, but don't post it there because you think that's going to get you a job, or that's going to, you know, a casting director is going to see it. They're not in those groups. And then, you know, casting directors will be your audience to a certain extent, but your audience that you really, you know, the people who you would want to watch you if you were in a Marvel film are Marvel fans. So you need to join Marvel groups on Facebook and go and post your Marvel content, if that's what you want to be, in those groups. Get a huge following of people who can then lobby Marvel and go, oh, you know, Lee should be in, you know, a Marvel film, everybody, you know.
And don't doubt this, by the way, guys, because it almost happened for the new Han Solo film. The guy that got cast wasn't the first choice, believe it or not. There was a guy that mimics Harrison Ford in all his roles, and he did that all via social media and YouTube. There was an absolute outrage when he didn't get the part, because he's not a blatant lookalike, but he's more of a what's the word I'm looking for?
Resemblance.
The resemblance, but he's also a imitation form, and I think ultimately that's why he didn't get chosen. But from the eye of an untrained person that doesn't really know what they're looking out for, obviously that's the reason why he didn't get chosen, because it's just imitation. But he was very close. Apparently he did get casting. He did get a call to go in for auditions and everything. So it
works. It really works.
So
who's the guy? Samu Liu, whatever the guy is going to be Sheng Li in the new Marvel films. He was posting martial art stuff, and actually on Twitter at Marvel. When are we going to talk, guys? He now is going to be that guy. 2 years ago, he tweeted Chris Stone to say my dream role will be a superhero. Now he is. He's done that via social media. It's not bullshit. It works. I'm going to bring some questions up on the screen, Ollie. Can you see them? Caitlin says, I've just set up Instagram, but I've no idea what to post. Do I post about the projects that I am making myself? How much do I post? Post as much as you can, Caitlin, without boring people on the same subject.
Golden rule, minimum, minimum 3 stories a day. I would aim for 5. And then in the next vein, I would go for a post to 2 posts every single day. I would go up to 3 personally, 3 posts a day. Find out the key times that your niche or people that like watching or commenting on your stuff would be around, and that's the time to post. The key thing is engagement. I cannot stress that enough. You've got to get engagement. So make sure that you're posting stuff that is, we talk about something called VRIN, and Ross will tell you exactly what that stands for in a second. But
yep, I bet I can remember it, mate. It stands for valuable. So your content has to be valuable.
Yeah.
Has to be, is it rare?
Is it
Why
rare?
am I like this? I'm saying it's rare. Yeah, valuable, rare, inimitable, and non-substitutional.
Cool. So basically, it's got to be really good content. So once it's that good content, then it will get comments, shares, and likes, and that's really the most important thing. So don't just post pictures of your dog, because lots of people have got dogs.
It might be valuable to you, but it's not that. And one of them would be good, but it's not that rare if you post it every day. Kerry says Facebook stories just as good? ? I don't think so.
There's a place for it, but because there are people watching, where there are people watching it, there are people watching it. And I would say this: if you get the engagement right, then you'll rank on something that not many people are doing, which has its place. So I never like to poo-poo a social media, but it's worth a try. And I would just make sure it's across both sections anyway.
What you can do though, mate, can't you, is just tell Instagram to post it to the Facebook story anyway. So it's not actually taking you any, it doesn't take you any more time, does it? So you can just might as well just post it there if you post it on Instagram.
Yep.
It's linked. Ollie says, when someone likes an old Instagram post, would that be because they've looked through your profile, or is it just because Instagram has shown the other person the old post?
A bit of both. So somebody's obviously scrolled through and liked.
If you're using Tinder a lot, Ollie, and Bumble, and you get, and then suddenly these girls start liking posts of yours where you a picture on your own from 3 months ago, you're in.
Mate.
My experience.
Married.
Also, maybe what I do.
I believe it or not, I know this sounds really weird, but I have no idea how dating apps work or any of this stuff, because they all come out. It's so recently. I've been with my wife 10 years, so I have no idea what you're talking about.
Well, forget that then. That's pointless. But yeah, Ollie, could be a bit of both, mates. Right, let's bring that down. Other questions: are Twitter and Facebook still as important as Instagram? Do you need to be posting the same things across all 3 platforms? Very interesting, because the same thing is the wrong thing to do.
Yes. So if you, so basically each platform is different. So Twitter is more a networking type place. So
conversation-based.
Conversation-based content is key. So therefore, it is engagement-based, but you lead with conversation, right? And then Instagram is what I call medium to long form. So medium to long. So think Twitter short form, right? And when I say short form, it can be just a really simple post. It can be a really simple picture. It can be a really simple video. But then when you go onto Instagram, you're looking medium to long. It used to be just medium, but because they've got IGTV, which is basically long form video, it's now medium to long. And then Facebook is also a medium. It's a short, medium, and long. So Facebook is, the reason why it does so well is because it's the holy grail. It's got everything available. But then when we talk to where our actual audience is, where we can get picked up for jobs and all that kind of stuff, Twitter is one of those that sits up really high. Instagram, due to its algorithm and potential, is really high as well. Then Facebook actually sits lower. But when we actually start purchasing stuff for Facebook ads and everything, that's where Facebook goes really high. Ultimately, different content for different platforms.
Yeah, if you try and just repurpose the same, you just post the same video on each platform, it just doesn't work. You've got to think about what your audience are there to do. On YouTube, you're there to watch long form content. On Instagram, you're there to watch very short stuff. On Facebook, a little bit of both maybe. But if you just, that's what a lot of people get wrong, is they get one piece of content, they post it the same with the same writing everywhere. It doesn't work. Yeah, sorry to interrupt, but the most important thing, I cannot stress enough about this, but we've all been at a bar, right? We've all been at a bar, we've all been sat there, and Ross, this might not have happened to, but we've all been at a bar and somebody has approached us that we've not really kind of wanted to approach us, right? And then they've asked a question that's maybe way too a jump ahead,
So, for instance, like me or Ross going up to someone in a bar and saying, "Will you marry me?" Right? It's the big jump straight away. It's like we've not
done that loads.
Yeah, obviously. So we're so it's obviously asking someone to marry them without even a first date or even a first kiss, right? So when you just post that 3-minute video on social media, on any platform, it is the worst thing to do. Just laying it up there, just putting it there, that is the equivalent of just saying, "Will you marry me?" You've got to, there's a certain pattern, right, that we've got to do on social media, and I want you to learn that pattern. And it's so important because it lays everything up perfectly. And then when you put that piece of content out, it gets likes, it gets views, it gets comments, it gets shares, and that's the key.
Because people are waiting for it as opposed to just going, "Here you go, there you go." There's a way to
it's people have asked for it. People have asked for it. So when people ask for stuff, that is when you post, and that's when it works.
We'll teach you how to do that at the deep dive. Joe says, just great question, Joe. Should have covered it in more depth before, but what's the difference between a post and a story on Instagram?
Cool. So a post on Instagram is on the feed. So that's the main thing that you scroll through. And then a story is, it's like a video log of your day-to-day. And that literally is kind of like you're just doing a little story. You can put posts on that story, but I'll show you where the stories live.
Yeah, so you've got a main wall on Instagram, which is your main profile, Joe, and you've got these little square.
You bring up Instagram on your share.
Oh yeah, I can just of course. I can do it the desktop version. Let's have a look. Instagram. Can't spell tonight at all. Instagram.com. And then I shall just log in, and then I'll share. Just log in with Facebook. Oh, it's because I've never blooming logged in with Facebook before. We're getting there, Joe. You just entertain the crowds for a second, Ollie, whilst I sign in manually, not with Facebook.
Let's have a look, see if there's any questions.
Log in. Yes, I do.
Much appreciated. Hi, John. Hi, just joined tonight. I find Instagram hard, and it is mainly photos. I prefer to write something. Prefer Twitter. I don't do many selfies. I find it fake. Probably my age. So Valerie, great statement. So what I would do if you prefer to write, that's great. So post, if you're doing a feed story, so I'll make it relevant to Joe's question. If you're doing a feed story, take a picture of something that you are writing about and make that relevant. If you are doing a story, then what you can do is exactly what we showed you earlier. Go to Canva, pick a nice pretty background and type out what you want to write. So then if you know that it's going to be 10 stories and you're ranting about bananas or pineapples or strawberries or anything else really random that you're writing about, then write it out on the story. And that creates engagement.
you can write quite lengthy posts on Instagram, and the longer I believe, the longer people then spend on a post. If you've written enough enough content on there, the longer people spend.
Actually creates a lot of engagement as well.
Yeah, the higher the Instagram will value that post, because it's like, this must be important because people are spending time. So you'll see, Joe, you'll see my profile here on Instagram. Like I say, I've spent far too much time making it look nice, as opposed to just, I post regular content all the time, but I know I should be at least, tripling what I'm posting. So you'll see I go video, picture, video, picture, video, picture. It's me doing interviews with people, doing voiceovers. There's a canvas I bought for my apartment. Pictures of me, little videos of me, talking about stuff in the industry, headshots, being on the headshots, meeting some cool people. Lewis Howes, he's a legend. And then your stories are, if I go to the homepage, your stories, I can see these at the side here. So if I click on Matt always has great stories. Matt Hall is an actor, but also he's in the #1 Take That tribute act. He's what's his name? Mark Owen. If we click on this, I don't know if it's going to bring it up and show you, but this is his story. So you'll see, this is like bits from his day. And so he's posted 5 stories today. He always posts good stories. There's him advertising some auditions for some male singers and dancers. There's him in the Rule the World tour. He just did a show at the weekend. There's his podcast that he does. Hopefully people can see that on the screens. I know this is in like a light box, so hopefully it'll still show up for you. Here's Ruth Madeley's story. Amber Hodgkiss is an actress in LA. This is some of her story. So this is just posts that just happen, just whatever you're doing on a day-to-day basis. But, some stuff can be fun, some stuff can be personal stuff, some stuff can be acting related and not. But ultimately, it's just creating engagement. So people actually care about you. And that's why, you need to mix it up. It can't all just be boring, constant. Here I am doing another rehearsal. Here I am doing another script. It gets a little bit samey. So getting that mix of content right is important. And that blends into a question I just saw in here, Ollie, from Brendan saying, if I'm doing something every day, working towards my acting goal, i.e. writing to agents, researching, going to workshops, networking, where should I post this as a story, if not in acting sites? So that's about your audience then, Brendan. Again, you've got to think what's going to lead ultimately to more opportunity and more work. There is some merit in other actors seeing your process and stuff like that, but ultimately you want to be, I think now, the way I'm looking at it, Ollie, is that, your audience is really everybody who would be remotely interested. So many people who aren't actors are going to be so much more interested in watching an actor's journey than other actors, because we all know what it's like and we're all on our own journey. Other people are going to get so much more engaged with that, Brendan. Start watching all of your stuff, becoming fans, because they work a 9 to 5 job in an office. They're not doing what you're doing. They're going to be way more interested in what you're doing than we are. I mean, with respect, we're all doing it.
The thing that taught me that the most was when I was a gym owner. For those that you don't know, I used to own 2 gyms and I sold them 3 years ago. I keep saying 2 years ago, but it's 3 years ago now because it just the sale was 3 years ago. And the amount of people that are fascinated with the world of personal trainers, but it's anything that is just not the norm. People are fascinated with and want to know more about, and being an actor is one of those. Yeah, you'll get the dreaded question of have you been in anything or anything like that? You're going to get that. But it's they still want to know what an actor does day to day. Do you have a day job? Tell us about your day job. Do you hate your day job? That's all good content, really good content, because then they can see how passionate you are about wanting to do your acting, full time. It's a full time gig.
Ultimately, I think it's
no, go on, you go.
No, I was just going to say, ultimately, I think it's about thinking about who you want your audience to be when, say for instance, you had got where you want to be in this industry. You want to watch the public are the people who are going to be watching you on TV, going to the cinema, watching you in films, coming to theaters to watch you in plays. It's not other actors.
Nope.
So we have got this thing, and I've fallen for it as well, where it's right, I just have to post this for other actors then. Yeah. It sounds brutal, but they just don't care anywhere near as much because they've all doing it themselves.
Yeah, I think we were talking about it. I was just I think it was way before we decided to do this daily deep dive. When I said it to you, it was the thing that I don't get about actors that I follow is that why they're just doing it for other actors.
And I thought, oh my God, that's what we all do. Why are we doing that?
Yeah, but the only reason I knew that is because of the personal training industry again, because so many people post for other personal trainers to get recognition from our peers, but that is the first rule of any bad social media account. So the minute what you got to do is you got to completely rule out all of that. And the thing that I said to Ross is unfriend every actor that you actually don't know, not friends with, and don't do scene work with. If you are genuinely friends with them, if you have great connections with them and you want to work with them, then that's fine. That's a different story, because we're going to talk about this on the daily deep dive a little bit more, but collabs. So what me and Ross are doing is a collab right now. I have something that I'm passionate about, social media. I have a skill in social media. I'm an actor, and I can blend those two together. So one day, you're going to find an actor that's very similar to you, or chalk and cheese, completely different to you, and you might be able to do a great showreel scene with them. Right? So it's always useful to have them. I'm playing devil's advocate on my own idea. It's always useful to have them, but if you are creating content just to get likes and comments from other actors, you are doing it for the wrong reason. You have to create the content. We talked about this a lot on Saturday. You have to create content for you. Do it for what you want. And we're talking more about the long form stuff, not the daily day stuff, but the show reels that you post and the acting scenes. Don't post it to please other actors, because that is the quickest way to lose on social media.
And lots of people won't post it in terms of they want to post it for that reason, but then they end up not posting because they're so afraid of the opinions of others.
Yeah.
So they end up going, oh well, I've got this reel, but I just don't put it out. I'm not quite, it's not quite perfect, so I'm not gonna, I'm not gonna show anybody. This is about actually going, right, I'm putting this stuff out for an audience who I would want, I would want to be engaged with my stuff. Just ultimately to create more of a buzz around you and your work. Brendan says it's true. When I temp as a nurse, many doctors and nurses ask me what do I temp. So when I tell them I'm an actor, they're really interested. Why do I temp? Yeah, he says they're really interested, and they are. That's what I mean. Other people who aren't in this industry will be far more interested in what you're doing. And they're going to engage. It's going to spread further, and it is just about creating a brand for yourself. If you can, you become a much more attractive prospect, whether anyone wants to admit it or not. If you bring 150, you're not going to get this overnight by any means, but 150,000 followers to the table as opposed to none. There are people in this industry. I can tell you, I've had conversations with actors this week who do have that in that range of followers, who have, and this is absolutely nothing, no lie here, swear on my life. There's somebody who phoned me this week to go, do you think I should do this? Someone's asked me to tweet 4 times for £27,000 because they have a large social media following. There's serious, it's a serious business. And those 100, the people, so 150,000 people who are following this actor are not following this actor because they put videos in acting groups. They're not 150,000 actors. They're just regular people out there who do every single job under the sun, who are interested in this person about what they do. And we're not here to say, right, we can show you how to get 150,000 followers. You are probably going to have to do some great work in mainstream world for that. But, for you to get 15,000, 20,000, that's possible, very possible, if you're posting the right stuff. But it is interesting. Yeah, there is a lot of extra opportunity you get as an actor in this industry if you do bring, an engaged following who actually give a shit about you to the table.
Really good question. Its last name is Clark.
I'll bring it up. Let's find that now. Where is it? Viv.
Yeah, Viv.
Whack that up. How do you get over the feeling? Oh, this is good. How do you get over the feeling of being false? It's so out of my character and comfort zone to post stories. This is something we're going to cover a lot. But yeah, what's your opinion, Ollie?
So, you got to know yourself. That is the key thing. Like, most people think they know themselves, and then they post something, and then there's this weird inner turmoil of what they've posted. And we mentioned it on Saturday, and the way that I see it, and this is just me personally, so I don't know if this is going to help you. But it's like I think of a cup, right? So when I'm about to do a post, I think of a cup that is full. If I post that piece of content, is that cup being completely emptied? So basically, I'm giving my power away, or is it going to remain full, or is it going to overfill, and is more water going to go in? It starts overfilling, and the sweet spot is when the cup stays exactly the same. So if it empties, it means you've given the power away. It means that it's maybe something you shouldn't share. It's like giving your soul away. I know that sounds really weird, but this is just years and years and years of posting that I've kind of got this point and understanding. If the cup stays still, it just means that you've done something just right. Like, you've hit a sweet spot. You've not overgiven. You've not undershared. It's just right. If it overfills, it means that you are benefiting. You're benefiting from the dopamine effect. So, which basically means that you are buzzing off the comments and you're buzzing off the likes. So you never want to get to that stage. If you are like, oh my God, I only got 5 likes on that comment, I'm never going to do this again, and you're not filled up by it, then you have a serious problem. It's just as bad as gambling. So
it's like when people feel not enough, they go, right, well, you know what, I'm going to post something that's just, I'll as you see it all the time, you'll get people who go, oh, clearly they're not happy with where they are. So they will post something provocative, shot with no clothes on, very little clothing, I don't know, something or they will humbly brag. And that's annoying as well, where it's kind of like, they'll say something like, I saw someone the other day saying, oh my God, so embarrassing when you see someone on the train reading your book, was looking for some, smiles, but not seen any yet. Really what they're saying is, hey guys, look at me. I don't feel enough. So I'm going to tell everybody I've published a book. Please like me. Please comment on it. I'm going to put myself down, but really I'm bragging. That's just annoying. So it's about posting for the right reasons. It's not to fill like something that's lacking there. It's like, actually, you know what? I'm going to put something positive out into the world that I feel good about sharing, that might inspire other people, might help other people. And I'm doing it.
But agree, completely agree. But then it's also the other way. If you get negative feedback from what you posted, how is that going to impact you? Is it going to impact you? Are you going to stay completely neutral with it? You know, so it's a really fine line, and there's nothing really that I can say apart from what I've already said. But also, it's a learning curve. Unfortunately, it's something that you just have to process and go through, and everyone struggles with this. Nobody knows the answer. So you just got to go with your gut a lot of the time, but make sure it's that cup being emptied, cup being remaining the same, or is it going to overfill?
And I think a lot of people, Ollie, just presume as well. This is something that I know years ago when I was first starting acts on this. Because it's like 8 years ago. I remember setting up this website and going, right, what are people going to think of me like for creating this website? Are other actors going to be like, who the hell does that guy think he is? Our casting directors are going to be like, why is he doing this? I'm not going on that for a podcast. It's taken a long time to build it, you know, to this kind of status. But initially, yeah, I had, you know, insecurities around what are people going to think and that kind of stuff. And I think a lot of it was because I thought every post I put out, the whole world's going to see it. The fact is, you know, if you have 1,000 followers on Twitter or whatever it is, you could post the same thing 12, 15 times a day, the exact same post. Not every single person in your feed is going to see it. In fact, not that many will. So don't feel that every single thing you put out, the whole world is going to see it. And ultimately as well, this is just, again, this is really empowering when you actually get your head around this in a positive way.
Yeah.
And I believe this about myself. Nobody actually gives a shit. I really mean that. Everybody has got their own stuff going on, their own problems in their life. People don't care that much.
This, didn't we? We spent about an hour talking about this, about how everybody's got their own shit, and people do. And what you're going to remember is, as actors, our job is to create escapism, it is a form of escapism for a lot of people. And this goes back to, I think it was Brendan's question, or I think it was Brendan that asked it, but it's basically going, you know, knowing our role in society. Like, the reason why I want to be an actor is because I remember 5-year-old, 4-year-old Ollie watching movies. Like, I was scrolling through TV while I was working today. I just had a really lazy day and worked in the living room. But Field of Dreams come on, and I loved that film as a kid. And I started watching it. I started having it on in the background and just hearing Kevin Costner's voice. And just like, I remember as a 4 or 5-year-old just sitting there and just escaping into this fantasy world of Field of Dreams. And it just... You judge me if you want on liking the film, but I really like it, and I really like Kevin Costner, but only for that reason of that escapism as a child. And that's why we're doing what we do as actors. And yes, it fulfills us and we love it and all that stuff, but goes back to the root, and people want to know the ins and outs of that and what it's like to be an actor. So that's important. But kind of going back to the question of Viv, and it's basically that, like, I don't really post on social media that much anymore for my business stuff. A, because I don't need to, but B, I only post when it's really something that I really feel like I'm going to share, but it isn't going to empty me. And that's really, really rare. So now I know that I used to post so much. I used to post a ridiculous amount just to get attention. And
this is in your social media business? Yeah.
To fill a void. I don't need to do it. The people that want to talk to me and have questions and work with me, they will ask me, they will find me. And yes, I've worked years and years and years on this, and I've had 2 very successful gyms to do this as well. But when it comes to your acting career, you are just living your life. You're just doing what you do. So there is no comfort zone to get out of. The only difference you are doing is you are going to document that slightly. So you're not
documenting, not creating loads of content around it.
Yeah, we're not trying to get you to share your opinions and say you hate this about society and you love this about society. It's not that. It's just, you know, what are you about? You know, what does Ross do every day? What does Ollie do every day? And you know, what's your favorite gym exercise? And you know, what is the thing that you love about acting? Like, people want to know this stuff.
Brendan's got a great comment here, and there's definitely ways around this, Brendan, because this is fascinating, actually. He says, because he's a nurse, he says some places you can't take a picture in, like a hospital or a nursing home. Obviously, there's going to be data protection and stuff, all that. I'd love to tell the story of how I use nursing to support me as an actor, but I can't shoot in the ward hospital. You don't need to, Brendan. You just need to post a picture.
Well, no, if you finish your shift, you're physically exhausted. You use that emotional memory that you've just gained from the day. You know, you might be tearful, you might be happy, you might be overwhelmed. like you use that, and then you're still in your uniform, you're in your car, like, guys, just got in my car, I'm absolutely shattered, you know, but
this has happened today. This is just reminding me. I imagine you get, oh, what, give an update. Eric James Dean, he's fighting. Those who know Eric James Dean from the community, he's been very, very, very poorly, gravely ill last 2 weeks. I didn't know over the last 7 days if he was still with us. Got a call off his partner tonight. He's very, very poorly. He's sedated and they're not bringing him around yet, but he's alive and he has been breathing on his own. So all put out positive for, you know, for Eric. That for me, if I was working as a nurse, that right there is, you know, you'll probably see this all the time, Brendan, it's a story in itself, you know, reminding people, this is reminding me so much. I mean, I can't tell you how much about my mortality and just self-awareness about what I am doing in this industry and what I want to do with my life, etc., etc. If I was a nurse, I'm seeing that stuff every single day. So valuable, Brendan, mate, like, you know, to share those experiences. I think people like who work in a nursing home, God, must learn a lot about life very, very quickly and about what actually matters. You can share that without taking a photograph of any particular person, mate. Turn the camera on yourself.
Yep. Not in the hospital, but when you're in the car, when you're at home, you know, that kind of stuff. And again, you can go back to, I think it was Joe's question or somebody else's question about writing. You can write it as well, and stuff like that. But again, always make it relevant. Always make it relevant.
So yeah, it's just about I think it's tasting stuff, and that you know, everybody's like strategy, and this is what we're going to do on the social media deep dive day. Is we're going to go, there's only 20 people allowed on this program. Like I said, we've got 6 tickets left for this at .tv/social. But we are going to go around and work one-to-one as a group with, you know, with each person to figure out what their unique selling point is, what their, you know, strategy should be, what they're going to document, because it's going to be very, very different. Acting careers and just people are incredibly incredibly different from person to person. I'm going to share just the pay for people, because I don't want to keep you too long, Ollie. We will be going to 10 o'clock, mate. 4 more minutes and then you can go and get to bed. But if people have found this interesting tonight, I mean, like, we haven't scratched the surface at all, but we're just showing you, we'll try to deliver just some value for you guys as much as possible. If you really want to go deep on this for 16 hours, I'm just going to take your comment down there, Brendan. 1 second. How do I take that down?
I think Viv's just still up, mate. Oh, there you go.
There we go. Yeah, take it down. actonthis.tv/social. You can read all about the event here. Basically, it's a 3-hour online event to begin with. You all join online like we're doing right now. It's a 10-hour day at a place called Social 7 in MediaCityUK, which I'll show you here. It's in Manchester on the 23rd, Friday, the 23rd of August. That's going to be 8 a.m. till 6 p.m., 10 full hours. Like, it's going to, bring your laptop, bring your phone. We're going to be getting you to, you know, produce content on the day, going through everybody's strategy, showing you some real ninja stuff that we've not been able to share tonight. And then there's a 3-hour implementation session online as well, which is happening the following Wednesday, which is going to be, the Wednesday, the 28th of August. So it's Tuesday the 20th for the first online session, Friday the 23rd for the big full-hour 10-hour intensive, and then Wednesday the 28th for the other session, the 3-hour implementation session. We're going to be covering 3 platforms in particular. Instagram, you can see there. We're going to be covering Twitter. We're going to be covering Facebook as well. It's ultimately for anybody who doesn't yet have a social media strategy, wants to get fully up to date on what's working right now instead of guessing, you know, what might be working, what might not be working. This landscape changes so often. It's actually Ollie's job, though, to keep up to that on a day-to-day basis. That's what he does with his social media agency. It's for people who, you know, have been trying to build a social media presence for months or even years and haven't gained enough serious traction to feel inspired to keep going. For those who, you know, who might be feeling stuck and you're just like, look, you know, I know being more present on social media, having more of a reputation on social media, spreading my work, you know, sharing my life, you know, ultimately will bring more opportunity. But maybe you've just not had maybe you've just not had the courage to do it yet. actonthis.tv/social. Go and grab one of those tickets. 6 left. Don't think they'll be around much longer. The first session is on the 20th. So 15 days from now. But yeah, go and check that out.
Quickly?
Of course you can, mate. You talk away.
So so the most important day is obviously going to be the day, which is the middle date, 23rd, I think.
23rd, Friday, the 23rd of August. That's the in-person day.
Massively important. Obviously, that's what you're paying for. Really, is that bit there. You can watch the first one on a replay. It's perfectly fine watching it on a replay. There's not really going to be much personal stuff that we go through on that one. It's more so this is what you need to bring, and then anything that you're worried about that you need to prepare for, but you don't really need to be there for that first one. And the same for the last one. The last one is really just an accountability call, but I've kind of said to Ross that I'm going to be around for quite a while with this group the 20 people that are in. So there are going to be plenty of opportunities to jump on calls with me as a group. I don't know. I'm booked out until October, but I know that when I get like a spare hour or I know that something's going to come up in my calendar, like a cancellation in a week or so, I'm going to give that date to you guys so that is going to be the opportunity to do some accountability calls after this, just checkups. And obviously we're going to start following you on socials. And if I see something that I like, I'm going to let you know. If I see something I don't like, I'm going to let you know. If I see something that I think that needs improving, I'm going to let you know. So we're going to help you a lot more after this course. But the most important day that you make, so if you can't make the two bookend dates, do not freak out. You could still get on this course. I think the most important one is the day. As long as you've watched the first one, you're good.
Yeah, definitely. They'll be recorded, and it's just really the main day that you're going to get insane value on, and that's a 10-hour day in an incredible setting in Media City UK, Social 7, beautiful, like private members bar space on the 7th floor of the Blue Tower in Media City. Going to be an incredible day, and you also get exclusive access to a private Facebook group as well that you'll get ongoing coaching in. If you want to post stuff in there to get people to check out beforehand, means you'll get accountability from the other people in the group. It's going to be a tight-knit group of 20 people. We don't know. I mean, the thing is, we don't know if we're going to do another one. I would hope to. Ollie's booked up, and I don't want to speak too soon, but I might have an acting job that will take me away for the rest of the year.
You do.
I do, yeah. It's a very bold statement, but yeah, we're putting it out there to the universe. I do have an acting job that will take me out of this country until Christmas after this, so I can't promise you that we'll do another one this year.
If we do another one, it's going to probably be in London at my new home.
Yeah, Ollie's got an incredible new swanky place / meeting room / just great place to hang out and do this in Wembley, outside Wembley Stadium in London. So that will be that will probably be the next one. The first one's going to be in Manchester. Yep. This will be the it's interesting actually, because this will probably be the one where you're going to get the most value though, because this is the first time we've done it. So we're going to be throwing everything at this one to go, right guys, what do you want? How can we help you? And what are the things that work? Ones after this will be probably more streamlined because we'll figure it all out from this one. But this will be the one where you get to work with us, way more in depth than you'll probably be able to do. It's in terms of one-to-one stuff on anyone's in the future. So yeah, atsonthis.tv/social. atsonthis.tv/social. Go in there. You can read all about it. You can get your ticket on there, and would love to see you at the event and actually get all your social media accounts and help you post some stuff. I think it'd be really cool. Awesome. Sharon says it's gonna be so valuable, but you can't make it. Friday the 23rd, Sharon, whatever you're doing, drop it. Get yourself in. Unless you're getting married, doesn't matter. That's the only excuse I'm having for you. Unless you yourself are getting married, then we're not having any other excuses. Look at everybody now. Ollie's saying, well deserved, Ross. I haven't actually got it yet, but I have got it. I'm saying I've got it. I'm just being positive. Definitely got it. I'm just going to check my phone in case I've had an email. Imagine if I had an email now that just that says, hi, Ross. Just no, you've got the job. I could announce it.
The nice thing is what Ross is doing as well. He's flying Petch out to film everything.
Well, that'd be funny, wouldn't it?
And document it. And he's flying me out to just hold his hand, really.
Do you know what will be interesting? Don't need any hand holding, thanks anyway, Ollie. But what would be interesting if I do get this, it would be. It's not filming in this country, and that again, that would be a fantastic thing to document. Just in terms of giving you guys value as well, just to show you. I've never worked internationally before. All my TV stuff's been in the UK. It will be a really, really cool journey, and to document the whole thing, and particularly the people. God, I mean, not talking about it, I get too excited, but the people who would be involved with it, to get those on this podcast for you guys, premium podcasts. God, you're talking.
Yeah,
hey?
sorry. don't know why I just did that. Like Brendan had a question. I was like, Brendan, yes.
Oh, okay, right. So what was the question? Let me put it up on the screen.
Sorry. No, he just said, sorry, Ross, missed a bit. Did you say it's okay just to come to Friday? Yes.
Yeah, definitely, Brendan, because ultimately the first session online that we're doing before the main event is like a pre-briefing. So it's really going to be getting everybody together to go, this is the things you're going to need to be thinking about. These are the things you're going to need to bring with you, i.e. your phone. That's where you're going to be mostly posting social media. If you have a laptop, bring your laptop, or an iPad, bring your iPad. It's going to be more of a briefing. There's not going to be any exclusive content given out on that you're going to miss. You can catch up on that because it's going to be recorded, and then you can watch the video just before. That happens on the Tuesday before the Friday. So you'd have the Wednesday and the Thursday to just watch that in your own time. I'll upload that instantly afterwards. The implementation session that happens after the main event's Friday the 23rd. That's the one you need to make. But the one that's on the 28th, again, is online and will be recorded. So you can catch up on that one, and you can get coaching in the Facebook group. So so it's cool. The only one you have to be at is the main event, which is the 23rd. 20, oh God, what is it? Why have I just forgotten that, Ollie? Just going to double check.
Because I don't know.
Friday the 23rd. Yeah, it is 23rd. So Friday the 23rd is the only one you need to be at. Ollie, I'm going to let you shoot off, mate, because you stayed here half an hour too late. You just go. I'll wrap up with everybody, but I'll catch up with you tomorrow, dude. Get yourself to bed.
Pleasure, guys. If any questions, post it in the group and tag me in the group as well. Don't do it in the comments. Post it in the group and just tag me, and I'll happily answer any questions with you. People did that last time, unfortunately, and I couldn't get to them because I get so many notifications today, I'll lose them. So as long as you post it in the group, I'll check the group and I'll answer any questions.
Awesome. Just tag Ollie in the Acts on this Facebook group, and me if you want. And Ollie's the man, though.
I am going to say bye for now.
Excellent. Well, he said it. I'll say it officially in a minute, but to you, Ollie, 3, 2, 1. Bye for now. I'll speak to you tomorrow, mate. Right, Ollie's gone. Then it leaves me, RG, in the house. Listen, I hope it's been useful for you guys. Really, really appreciate you spending this time. We spent over an hour here tonight. Like Ollie said, anyone's got any questions about this, follow up with us in the Facebook group on facebook.com/groups/ActsOnThisTV. If you're listening on the audio experience, because I will put this out on Spotify and iTunes tomorrow as well for those who couldn't make it live, get yourself over to actsonthis.tv/social to learn all about this event. Like I say, as of right now, well, I've just had a load of emails coming in. People have been booking spaces as we speak. Then there are 6 tickets left. It's 20 places, 14 have been sold so far. In fact, let me give a shout out to those who have bought tickets so far. So let's shout out to Peter Krellin, Sue Kelly, Kev Flanagan's flying in from Dublin. Love that. Meg Burley, Gary Thomas is on here tonight. Andrew Alton Reed, Mark Murphy, Lindsay Bennett, Gemma Green, Giselle, Sam, Bernard O'Sullivan, Inez is on here. Yeah, guys, we're going to have an absolute freaking brilliant time. Honestly, it's going to be so good. And I promise you, we're going to over-deliver. I've never run an event for Acts on this in 8 years. I've never really wanted to because I'm like, look, I'm not about workshops and stuff. That's other people in the industry run workshops. But one thing that I am all about is the business of the business. I've never run an acting class or anything like that. I'm not into that at all. I'll leave that to everyone else who does that. There's loads of those, but no one is teaching next level social media. Just nobody. There's been like a couple of things that I've seen people basically just teach you how to tweet. You need more than that. The space is crowded. You need some tactics, some strategies, and really to know the stuff. Ollie, I can't tell you how useful he has been in both my acting career and the business of Acts on this. If particularly if you say, you had a short film you were crowdfunding for, you had a show you were selling tickets for, the stuff that I now do in order to bring people into my business via Facebook ads and Instagram ads, in terms of bringing people and actors to actsonthis.tv. Like I say, we have doubled the membership in what's took me 8 years to accumulate in members. Ollie has implemented some stuff for me, and we have done that same 8 years worth of members in 8 weeks. It's absolutely blown my mind. It was when I started seeing those results, I was like, holy shit, we need to get this guy on for you lot, so that, you can benefit from this guy's knowledge as well. Because it is pretty, it's just another world of social media, another corner of it that I didn't actually really kind of know exists. Brendan says he's going to see if he can get a flight. That would be awesome to see you, Brendan. That would be great. Linda saying thank you. Ollie's now gone. Kerry says thanks as well. And so thank you to you guys. Don't know how to bring your comment down off the screen, Brendan. You can just stay for the goodbye for the finale. But yeah, reach out if we can do anything for you. actonthis.tv/social to get your ticket. And I'll keep you posted on the acting job as well. I'm more happy, you know, honestly. I genuinely mean this. I really am. I feel so good tonight. I just got a call before I came on live, like I say, from Eric's partner, Diana. And I'd not heard from her for a week. And the last time I spoke to her was like, listen, Eric might not get through like the night. And I've not heard from her for a week. And I've just been like, you know, it's just like, it's just kind of destroyed me a bit. I've not been able to focus on anything. And then get a call from her going, look, he's not out of the woods by any means, but the guy's still fighting. He's still here. He's still with us. It's like, I'm super optimistic and positive. I'm like, come on, Eric, you can do this, man. And I know he's very well loved in the community. So appreciate all you guys asking about him and stuff. And I hope we can get into an That's on This meetup when he's recovered. So that's the most important thing. Yeah, you know, everything we're talking about, yeah, it's great. Acting career is great. Success in it is great. But ultimately, if you're here and you're alive and you know, every day above ground is a great day, innit? If you woke up this morning with air in your nostrils above ground, ultimately you've won. Never lose sight of that. So thank you so much for being here. Just seen Bobby's been here tonight as well. All right, Bobby, hope you're good. Fanny's been here as well. Loads of other comments have just popped up, guys, that I've been missing. Apologies if I've not been able to read them out. But I'll catch up with you guys very soon. Going to be back next Monday night, 9 p.m. Live at 9 p.m. Maybe we'll bring Ollie back on. But if you've got any questions, just let us know in the meantime. Until then, in 3, 2, 1, bye.